Hey everyone, Chris here with another heavy metal diecast video review, and today we've got one from Herpa in 1/72 scale diecast. We have got, well, look what we've got. How cool is that? We've got ourselves a Lockheed F-16 Block 30 from the United States Air Force's 93rd Fighter Squadron, known as the Makos. Now, for those viewers that don't know their sea life, it is a type of shark. Now, originally formed in 1943 during World War II as a troop carrier squadron, flying the C-47 Skytrain until it's disbanded in 1946. Now, it's gone through a few periods of activation and deactivation, but it was last activated in 1978 and has remained on active service since then. Now, they were flying the F-4 Phantom variants from 1978 until 1989, and when it would switch to the F-16 Fighting Falcon, first the A and B variants until 1995 before switching to the C and D variant, which they still continue to operate. And our model is in a special livery marking, I believe, the anniversary of flying the F-16C and D aircraft. Now, I assume this is a mold share model from Windy Wings or JC Wings, of course. So let's open it up and see what we have caught. Now, as you can see, it is a very interesting livery in there. It is blue. All right, let's get it out of the box now. If we can put that there. It does come with some tanks that we do need to affix to the aircraft, of course. And let's see if we can get it open. Sometimes these packets are a struggle to get open for my sausage fingers. Oh, and I can't imagine the noise is much fun either. All right, now it does have a little instruction booklet, no collector card or anything on these ones, although there is that space for it. That is more of a JC Wings thing. It's pretty basic instructions, so yeah, if you don't know how to whack it together and you got one of these, now you do. Alrighty, so you do have the landing gear options there and a little baggie that does have the gear bay doors and a little pilot figure in there as well. Very, very much identical to a JC Wings one. So let us get this out so we can check it out. Alright, so it is pretty well protected. Oh wow, well, that does look pretty cool. Now, we will zoom in and have a look at this before we set it up for in-flight. All right, now, if you like your F-16's blue, you're going to be pretty happy about this one. As you can see, the tail markings on there. So you do have some movement there. The stabilators do move it as well. The panel lines and rivets and everything like that are really subtly done, nicely presented. Actually, the blue, that is a shark, so that does look absolutely cool. That is really well done. I'm very happy about scoring this one. You know me and Shark's Mouse, I do like them on my aircraft, so the canopy opens really nice too, and does show some nice detail in there. So obviously we've got to put a pitot tube in the front. We'll have a little run down this side. You can see the little shark's eye there, and the gills there as well. That is awesome. Yep, definitely really cool. It's got some really nice detail in there. The pilot's name on the side, I think. Man, that's awesome. Very, very nice. It's got some engine detail, if you can just see that. We'll have a little look underneath, and oh man, that is the outline of the shark there. That is pretty cool. Yep, definitely looks awesome. All right, well, what we'll do is we'll stop talking. What do you reckon? We'll quickly set this up for in-flight, and we'll come right back. All right, here we have it set up for in-flight. You do put the pitot tube on the front. That is quite, you got to be very careful. You put your finger over the whole lot and just slowly push it down. Otherwise, you'll end up breaking the end off that. It is quite, the hole and the shaft part are quite thick and really hard to push in. Now, you put your two little gear bay door sections in. They are hard to push in as well. They don't fit 100%, as you can see them bulging out a little bit. You do put your tanks on, which fitted perfectly. No dramas in regards to that. You do put your little pilot figure in there. He slotted in there nicely and yeah, sits in there nice and cool. And this does look really nice. I like this livery a lot. It looks pretty cool for sure. Only thing, well, two things. No stand, so you can't put this down. You do also get the center line tank, but you don't get any way of fitting it to the aircraft while it's in flight. So that is one of those things. So you do have to purchase your own stand if you want to whack it on the deck in flight and have it on display like that. But unfortunately, similar to your JC wings and everything like that, you have to buy that separately. So yeah. All right, what we'll do is we'll chuck some landing gear on this though, and we will come right back and check it out. Gear down. All right, there she sits on her landing gear beautifully. You can take your pilot out, whack your canopy in the open position for when you have it on the deck. And speaking of putting on the deck, the landing gear, wow, it was really hard to push in. Nothing went in easy. It was so tight. So you do push the main landing gear in and put your little gear bay doors on either side, and the nose wheel, you push that in and then try and push that little gear bay door on the side there. They were really tight, so tight. And same with the tank, that was really tight to put on as well. But on the plus side of that, you know it's not going to fall out. The wheels themselves, they do roll, all wheels. So if you like to roll your little Vipers around, you can do that to your heart's content. But that is how she does look on her landing gear, and it looks really cool. The livery itself looks absolutely stunning. Yeah, just a little bit tight on the assembly, but I mean, nothing that you cannot fix yourself if you really want to. It was just hard pushing this into place. Ideally, you want to file it down a little bit, I suppose, and so it sits in there even. Actually, I think it looks, it's not quite 100% even, which is a little bit unfortunate because it was so hard to push in, definitely. But I like to do them straight out of the box, so that's how I like to do the reviews. And let's see what it does weigh though. I will fix the landing gear a little bit for the photos so it does look a little bit normal and not a little bit skewy sitting on the deck. As you can see, it's got that slight lean to it. But we've got 244 grams. Yep, that is pretty cool for a little F-16 here. Yep, definitely, look, the livery itself, stunning. Just has a couple of little issues in regards to fitting together nicely. Nothing that cannot be addressed easily. Just everything's a little bit tight. And look, to be honest, it's better being a little bit tight than too loose and everything freaking dropping off all the time. So at least when things are a bit tight, you can actually make the adjustments to make them slip in a little bit easier. All right, I will quit talking your ear off and start winding up the video so you can go off and do something else. Now, the usual deal, I'll take photos, chuck them up at the end, of course. Don't forget to drop a comment below, tell me what you think about what you've seen today. Of course, some of those my way if you found the video helpful. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you have yet to do that. And as always, I do like to thank you, the viewer, for dropping past to check out another one of my videos. I hope you did enjoy this little Mako Viper today. Happy hunting for your next model, of course, and you all have an awesome sauce rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.